George Soros is one of the most celebrated and disruptive heads of the 21st century. He is the founder of a world-renowned university, a leading philanthropist, a billionaire hedge fund investor, a Holocaust survivor, a leading philanthropist, a financial speculator, the boogeyman of the far right, and much more. George Soros earned his fame as the one who broke the Bank of England in 1992. This year, he made north of $1 billion shorting the pound sterling. He was ranked 21st among the wealthiest people in the world, according to Forbes. His total assets was assessed at $26 billion around then. His fortune has increased without any initial funds. Welcome to my channel, the Taurus Treasury. To know about the top 5 investing lessons from George Soros, watch this full video. If you like my videos, please hit the like button, subscribe and click on the bell notification so you do not miss out on any opportunities. George Soros, the director of the Quantum Blessing Mutual Funds and the writer of the book The Speculative Chemistry of Money, follows his own way of thinking with regards to financial planning, and it is high time that you learn from him. Number 5. Find unique opportunities all over the world. George Soros's global perspective is one of his most defining traits. Sebastian Mallaby, the financial journalist and one of the contributors, explained Soros' viewpoint as on that transcended national frontiers. He was a global figure long before the term globalization had entered the lexicon. This lens was crucial to finding unique opportunities around the world, often ones that others had missed. When he broke the Bank of England, he bet that their fixed currency peg would not hold. This was his most famous investment. This, of course, is only one of myriad trading opportunities he uncovered. However, George Soros maintained a local perspective at the same time. As another book contributor and emeritus rector of the Central European University, Michael Ignatieff explains the nature of our interconnected world and, more importantly, its limitations. What isn't global is labor, and what isn't global is politics. This lens remained active throughout Soros's philanthropy and investments. For founders, this global lens is crucial. Today more than ever, innovation is a global opportunity. The smartest thoughts come from any place and scale all over the place. However, many markets are not sufficiently penetrated or funded at the same time. We can connect the dots and discover underappreciated opportunities both domestically and internationally by looking around. We can unlock innovation's potential for significant impact by comprehending and adapting to the local reality. Number 4. Learn from, be inspired by, and lead the best people. The Central European University, the Open Societies Foundation, and his investment firm, with its flagship vehicle, the Quantum Fund, are just a few of the organizations that Soros established. The way he organized his network and philanthropy shows how he thought. He found talented people already working on the project and gave them resources to help themselves. After that, he followed up on how things were going and decided whether or not to keep funding them. Over time, some of these contacts were able to share best practices they had developed with others. Relatedly, Soros has not just sustained fantastic contacts with a range of interests, yet additionally created a networks of networks. Not only did he create opportunities for people to interact with him, but he also connected and established new partnerships with other members of his ever-expanding network. In order to carry out their mission, founders ought to listen to the people in their community and surround themselves with the best people in the world. Soros treats the market as a mathematical hypothesis. He underlines that the best way to deal with this is being exquisite and straightforward. It isn't important to make things more confounded than they truly are. Simple things often pay off. Using a straightforward strategy is often a better solution than trying to apply a complex technique that in the end is not functional. Number 3. When you have conviction and the timing is right, don't just bet. Bet hard. At first, Soros' investment strategy was to keep 16 equal slots for various opportunities. Soros would move to much more concentrated portfolios as he refined his methods, frequently amplifying his position through leverage. For instance, in order to achieve maximum market exposure during the British pound trade, He chose to move decisively and quickly rather than steadily increasing his position. With a fund size under $1 billion, its market position was more than $10 billion. The resulting win was over $1 billion. In a similar vein, founders ought to first take their time to build conviction on their idea, test products, interview customers, determine the appropriate solution. But when they have conviction around their idea, and crucially about the timing, they should dive in hard. Number 2. Circumstance doesn't determine your life. You always have the option to alter a hand you don't like. Even though it may not specifically relate to the market, it is essential to take note of Soros' life. He was brought into the world in Hungary in 1930 when it wasn't a great time to be of Jewish descent in Europe. When Germany occupied Hungary, his father made arrangements for them to adopt fictitious identities in order to conceal their Jewish roots. That kind of danger and survival alters the way you see the world. Soros noted that the subsequent Soviet occupation of Hungary following the war brought additional hardship. Did he stay and accept the situation? No. He moved to London when he was 17 and studied philosophy, there before working as an arbitrage trader in New York. The lesson from this is clear. You can alter your current situation. His dad didn't accept the circumstances for his loved ones. He acted. Soros did not remain in the Soviet Hungary. He took action. You will never know where you will end up if you are willing to put in the effort. Number 1. The risk-reward ratio is crucial in the investment world. There will be times when you win and other times when you lose. The amount of money you win and lose is what matters here. You should always utilize a proper risk-reward ratio. This way, you should be able to keep the balance, even if you don't succeed most of the time. You may, for instance, set a risk-to-reward ratio so that you earn twice as much as you risk. Michael Ignatieff gave a powerful explanation of Soros's philosophy. Once, Isaiah Berlin wrote, "History has no libretto. History isn't a melody of freedom." According to Soros, you can't tell yourself stories and be a Holocaust survivor. Soros kept cold, clear-eyed realism. He strongly believes in open society, but has no illusions to open society. Risk cannot be eliminated because the market is always changing. Risk should always be taken into account, no matter what you do in the market. It is a necessary part of trading. Soros says that it is a false impression that markets tend toward equilibrium. In fact, they fluctuate frequently and are prone to occasional crashes. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions regarding this, let us know in the comment section. Like and subscribe the video, and don't forget to hit the bell button.